Yo, what's going on, everybody? Marcel here. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I just wanted to check in with y'all real quick, give y'all a quick update. This is what, Coke and Pot number 8. So your boy then laid down 8 of these bad boys. I remember when I first started these things, it used to be so much like anxiety and a little bit of nervousness. And the reason I do them the way I do it is because, I'm kind of using some old technology and computers, and I really don't have the ability to edit in a timely fashion like I want to. So I just kind of do a straight, video run through. So that's why you don't see a lot of editing and effects. But I'll start to incorporate that as I do more. But any event, I appreciate y'all checking me out. I hope you all enjoyed your Easter weekend. I really don't do Easter too tough, but I had a good weekend nevertheless. But I wanted to talk more about the title. Give me a child until he is 7 and I will give you the man. First off, allegedly that's attributed to Francis Xavier, a Roman Catholic priest that formed the Jesuit order, or the Jesuits, probably like in the 1500s or something to that effect, and they were created to do missionary work. And so they had a belief system back in the day though, and apparently that was one of their beliefs. Give me a child until he is 7 and I will give you the man. That's kind of why I got my Chicago hat on. That's also related, that belief is related to the name of these videos, Coke and Pot. I called it Coke and Pot first I just thought the name was catchy. Either you love it or hate it. Coming up, especially in Chicago, you hear a lot about cocaine and marijuana, and across the nation, that seems to be fairly consistent. And so I think those are two drugs that have affected society and helped influence either for the most part negatively, people's lives. And so I just chose that name basically as a metaphor to really talk about any factors that affected your life, affected your upbringing, whether it's Coke or Pot, whether that's mom and dad, whether that's, exercise in church, whatever the case. So, that name was just a way to segue and talk about things, good or bad, that affected your life and your upbringing. And so that's why I chose the name. Unfortunately for me though, growing up in Chicago, and I left Chicago when I was a 10, but coming up those first 10 years, hey, it was a lot of shit going on. It was a lot of damn coke, pot, maybe heroin, murders, drive-bys. And I think, when I think of that saying, give me a child until he is 7 and I will show you the man. And I think about the man that I've become, with all my flaws intact, the good and bad shit that I do. And I'm trying to put more and more energy into being more conscious. Lately I've been talking a lot about, I guess, reallocating my energy and being more conscious of how I'm spending my time, being more conscious of what I'm putting effort into, being more conscious of what I'm putting energy into. And I want to put more energy into things that are productive, and I was telling somebody, like, I got partners who, they still do some things or whatever the case may be. And if you're not conscious about the energy or the activities of other individuals, that can affect you. You can get jammed up as a result of just being around. And this is not a diss. This is just real shit. You know what I'm saying? You could be jammed up as a result of just being around somebody who's not making appropriate decisions or good decisions, or they're not conscious. They're not consciously trying to be productive. They just kind of, doing their thing or doing whatever they do without putting a lot of thought into it necessarily. Well, at the end of the day, I'm tired of that. I'm trying to take more control of my life. I hope you all are trying to take more control. And so I came across this guy over the weekend named Dr. Bruce Lipton. I'm gonna put a link in the video because that's honestly the reason why I chose the name. And he's a doctor that kind of specializes in genetics and I think epigenetics. Epigenetics, at least how he explained it, he explained it a little bit more metaphysical. I'm sure if you look up the definition, you'll get a little bit more scientific definition, because I looked up the definition because I was going to explain it, but I think I'm going to explain it from more of a metaphysical perspective, and I'm going to paraphrase it as best as I can. But basically just controlling, modifying or adjusting your subconscious, because your subconscious creates your reality. And so I think they're relating it to genes, because initially there were I think it was pretty much standard that your genes and your DNA kind of made you who you are, when that's not necessarily the case. You can change who you are. According to Dr. Bruce Lipton, 95% of the shit we do, and who knows, maybe that's an arbitrary number. I'm not sure if any scientific studies can prove that. But let's just say a good portion of the things we do are determined by our subconscious mind. And a lot of these lessons that go into your subconscious mind are developed over time, and primarily from the ages of, I believe, 2 to 7. You're getting a lot of programming downloaded into your subconscious. And so as a result, you just move throughout life a certain way. So for example, when I think of Chicago and all the killings and all the hardship and the poverty, and I remember how I grew up, and we came up hard, man. Me and my cousins, y'all know, we be in the crib, niggas don't have no electricity. You might not have no hot water. You washing up out of buckets. We eating the same food every day, rice, chicken. We bouncing around. We got people all over the place. Every room filled up. Fighting, arguing. I came up cool. Like, I love my family to death. I think my family helped. They obviously, made me the man I am today. So I thank my family. But a lot of that from the years of 2 to 7, and just outside, when you go out, as a kid, and you stepping outside your home, and things that your family can't necessarily control. When you young and people getting shot and killed and drive-bys, that has an effect on your mind. When you think that, damn, okay, it's like this. Like, I remember my cousin getting murdered, and she was 11, and I believe she was 11. I had to go back and look, and I was probably like 8 or 9, right around there. I remember wanting to kill the dudes who murdered her. Like, imagine a kid like 8 years old, 8, 9, wanted to kill somebody, and I was on that, like, soon as I turn 18, I'm going to kill these dudes. They took my cousin. Like, I loved her dearly. That was like 30 years ago. There are probably thousands of kids in Chicago running around like that. And so I think, that shit go in your subconscious, your environment, various energy and signals. It's going into your subconscious. If you don't believe that you can live until you 35, 30, a lot of kids growing up in the Chi don't even think they can make it to 30. You know what I'm saying? And so if I subconsciously, if that's part of my belief system, and I ain't gonna make it to 30, what reason do I have to, for my conscious mind? It's very hard for my conscious mind to be productive in the actual physical world. My subconscious is causing me to not give a fuck. Oh, you got a problem with me? Shit, I don't even think I'ma live, so fuck it. I might smoke you. I think you gonna smoke me. I might smoke you. You know what I'm saying? I'm a savage. I don't care about none of that other shit y'all talking about. At the end of the day, I think and so I just vibe with this so much. And so what I want to do is, my whole thing is, let's focus on trying to change and modify subconscious. Like today, and there's two ways you can do that according to Dr. Bruce Lipton. And I think one of the ways we all vibe with, we all know, is repetition, right? And another way he said is through kind of hypnosis. And not going to see somebody and you sitting in the chair like, really hypnosis in the sense of you trying to reprogram your subconscious. When you go to bed at night, you throw them headphones on, your mind is in a certain mental state, your conscious mind is relaxed going to sleep, your subconscious brain is taking over, and you just feeding it good energy. Not to say if you do it a week, you just automatically gonna change, but between that and being creatures of habit, I do believe you can modify and change your subconscious. And once you can change that subconscious, maybe we can start to change our reality around us. If you believe that a good portion of your reality comes from your subconscious. Now I know it's some of those who, y'all grew up like me, like, nigga, subconscious, conscious, they ain't gonna change whether my neighbor trying to murk me or kill me. And I get that. It's a lot of factors that influence how we move and what we do in life. But just try it. Like, just try to change your subconscious. Just try to start incorporating more good habits into your daily routine. Like I said, I ran 5 miles today. That was a goal I set for myself yesterday. I'm gonna get up and run 5 miles, and I'm gonna try to show y'all. I hope I can show you. But anyway, I was just so happy because I did it. I did it. I haven't ran 5 miles in like, probably since boot camp, since the military, I've never really had the need to, I like to work out, but I've never really been a runner like that. I do it as an exercise, not necessarily because I enjoy it, but as I'm getting older, I'm trying to appreciate life more. I'm trying to, like I said, make sure I'm healthy, my mental health, my physical health, all that good shit. I want to help inspire other people, particularly people who grew up like me. I didn't have a lot of mentors. I didn't have no men talking to me, trying to inspire me. I didn't see no successful dudes coming from where I came from that, I wanted to kind of emulate their moves. It's only dudes that, you know what? I'm going to say that for a whole nother video, mentorship. But in any event, I'm getting on a tangent. I'm going to let y'all go. I want to show y'all this 5 miles. I hope y'all can see it. Anyway, I hope y'all saw it. I'm just proud, man. I'm celebrating all my wins right now. I encourage you to celebrate all your wins. No win is too small. What's your 5 miles? Metaphorically, what's your 5 miles? Is your 5 miles to start reading a book today? Is your 5 miles actually to run a mile? Is your 5 miles to reestablish communication with a loved one you haven't spoken to? Is your 5 miles to start the first paragraph of that blog you've been planning, or to start the first paragraph of that book you've been planning? In any event, let's try to start changing our subconscious. Let's manifest the reality that we actually want. Let's support like-minded thinking. And other than that, like, subscribe, comment, dislike. What's your 5 miles? Put that in the comments. Write me a little line on how you accomplished your 5 miles. I love y'all to death. I'll talk to y'all later. Appreciate you.